Beer tubers, welcome back to another episode of Maxwell Starr's Beer Reviews. Tonight we're going to take a look at an Irish classic that's in this year's version of the Irish Beer Discovery Pack, or the Irish Beer Taster Packs, or whatever they call it year for year. This year is practically no different than any year. This one has got pretty much the four main brands that are produced and released in Canada from the makers of Guinness, which includes a can of Kilkenny, a can of Harp, a can of Guinness, and a can of Smithwick's. I reviewed the Kilkenny and the Guinness so far on my channel previously, so the last two reviews are for Harp and Smithwick's. Tonight, I'm going to take a look at Harp. Harp previously came in a normal sized pop can, like 355 milliliter can. Put that back up there. Now, comes in a full size can, 500 milliliters, which is actually bigger than the cans of Guinness or cans of or Kilkenny. Yeah, Smithwick's is the same size. Excuse me. Just finished off that Cadillac Mountain, which was absolutely gorgeous. So, without further ado, let's pop the top here. I don't think I really want to use my Guinness glass for this. Let's see. Use my Keith's glass. It's built to handle that size of a beer. Put that in here. Now, unlike Guinness or Kilkenny or Smithwick's, this is basically their generic macro lager brand. It's very popular though. So far I'm getting this nice golden yellow appearance, straw yellow, lots of head, but I probably could have poured it a little better. Tons of head. Wow, 3 fingers. There's still more in the can. DrinkIQ.com contains barley. No shit. Yeah, no shit. 5% ABV. And I'm getting this nice pale funk off of it, like pale lager funk that you expect from a European lager. It's almost got this fruity, sulfuric tang like you would get in cat poop, or at least our cat's poop. I don't mean to say that is a bad thing, but sulfur can be a bit off-putting at times. But get past that, and usually you find some good beers, or some red nasty ones. Other than that, you get this little herbal, hoppy funk in there, mixed with this like skunk, like skunky Euro funk. The head, on the other hand, it's not like this very bubbly head. It's actually got some decent head retention, whereas it's melding down to this nice pillowy appearance. It's almost cloud-like with these little bubbles in the center that kind of resemble the bubbles that you'd find in sponge toffee. Doesn't really have much of a smell other than that funk. So let's get to the taste. Very earthy, herbal, hopsy. A bit of that Euro funk comes into the taste, that little bit of a sulfur. But otherwise, it tastes like it's got this nice garnish of European, like, noble hops. Like a Tettnanger or something. A little bit of a pale malt sweetness. You're not quite pale, more like a crystal. And it's earthy, very like an earthy style bitterness with a tad bit of herbalness. Kind of lingers in the back of the throat. As for the body of the beer, it's a little thicker for a lager. It's not like your Budweiser or your Coors or something. This is one that's a heavier, thicker of a lager. It might weigh heavier on your throat. I'd even go as far to say is that this lager, it's more like a premium lager really, is a bit heavier than you would expect for even a Pilsner. It's actually very heavy. Now that's not to say that this is a very heavy-bodied beer. This is more of a full-bodied beer as far as a lager goes, but in the sense of being a beer in general, I would have to say this. It's definitely a lot lighter than like a stout would be, even a Guinness. or a Kilkenny, but it does tend to weigh a little heavy on your stomach as I'm drinking this. The hops in the back do dry out though. You've had Harp before, haven't you?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Not that you really
The last
have to
Harp
say.
I had was my brother had it in the basement, and it was really bad. But it was all that was in the house, and it was hockey playoff night, and I had to have something.
That's usually the excuse. It's the last one. Honestly, though, that's a fresher can.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad, is it?
A little heavy.
It is heavy. That's like I was saying. But as far as a European lager goes, it's not bad at all.
No, when it's not stunky, not too bad.
Exactly. Maybe that's the way you should put that. Look at that for time.
You are at 3 minutes.
How much is left? 3 minutes left?
And 30 seconds.
You know what? I'm just going to finish this one right here. It's an okay lager. Half decent. A little heavy on the waist, heavy on the stomach. It's definitely tastes better when it's fresh. When you compare it to other European lagers, I gotta say this is probably one of the better ones, right up there with like Grolsch, or whether you want to say it's better than Heineken or not. Honestly, I'm probably gonna give this one a 3 out of 5. What would you say?
Well, considering I only had one, so I would say 3. 3, 2.5. It's just average. You know.
Yeah, it's an average beer. Yeah, a little carbonated too.
That wasn't the Cadillac Mountain.
Yeah. It's kind of like a slightly better than average European lager. But it's not bad. The only thing that might be a very big detracting factor and off-putting for a lot of people is going to be that it's heavy. Heavy for a lager, and you can't really put many of these down. And that might be the make or break thing for you.
Well, especially if you're saying, I want to have something Irish on St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to grab a 6 of this.
You know, yeah, Guinness is going to be easier on your stomach.
Because that if you drink that, I guarantee you're going to throw up.
Rather have a Smithwick's?
If you drink that fast, you're going to throw up.
In the end, Harp isn't that bad, but it's not the perfect drinking beer. It's not a very sessionable beer for lager.
No.
Anyway, so 3 out of 5 for me, 2.5 to 3 for Neely here.
Yeah.
And I think that's all we have to say. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. That was Maxwell Starr's and Neely's review of Harp.
Harp.
Harp. Harp. Harp. Thanks, guys. Cheers.